All right, Kingdom family. So before we pop off our Bible study, I wanted you guys to get acclimated into some of the people in the Bible and understand that the thing about the Bible is it's a life application. Okay, this is for you to actually learn how to live your life correctly by the word of God. Okay, the word is alive and well. And so I wanted to actually get you guys to understand that a lot of people in the Bible are just like us. Okay, we've been through struggles or whatever the case may be, and so we can resonate with a lot of people in the Bible. They're no different than you, and that's why God gave you the solutions to all your problems here on this earth. Every person in the Bible went through real struggles, betrayal, fear, loss, insecurity, failure, and waiting on God, waiting on God's timing. Okay, God didn't erase their struggles. He made them walk through their struggles just like He making us walk through our struggles. Okay, and He used their lives as proof that nothing is wasted in His hands and that we can come out victorious. Okay, at the end of each one of these people's story that I mentioned, they came out victorious because they stayed steadfast with God and they kept their faith in God. I just want you to understand that. And so they're no different than you. They all had to go through the same process. A lot of us feel like, when is God going to do this for me? And I've been praying and God is not answering our prayers. Well, you got to understand that it's on God's timing. You also got to understand that maybe you're not ready, or maybe you haven't went through the process and the steps that a lot of these people in the Word of God had actually went through. And so I want you to understand that all of us have our own walk and all of us have our own destiny and things that we have to actually achieve before God gives us the blessings and the miracles and everything we're asking Him for. I just want you to understand that yes, He will bless us along the way, but when it comes to actually having the big blessing of your milk and honey and going into the promised land, baby, you're going to have to do work for that. You're going to have to do work for that. You're going to have to work on yourself. All right, that's the work you have to do. You have to work on your spiritual health, your mental health, your emotional health, your physical health. You got to do work for that. All right, and you got to be important to yourself, and God has to be your number one priority. All right, nowadays everything else is your priority, and God is actually not even on the list. I just want you to understand that you ain't even put God on your priority list. All right, and that's what's the problem in all these households right now, is that you didn't make God your number one priority, and then everything else comes after that. So you got it backwards. I just want you to understand that, kings and queens. And so that's the reason why you see the difference between certain people and other households, and the majority is because there's people that actually put God as a priority, including myself. He's my everything.